News in Nairobi.
Now, focus is now in Kabarak, Nakuru County, where the late retired President Daniel Moi will be laid to rest tomorrow. Funeral preparations have been taking place there for over a week. And our team is in Nakuru, and our political editor, Ben Kitili, now joins me live with the latest. And a good evening to you, Ben. Are the preparations for tomorrow complete?
Good evening to you, Sharon. I am coming to you live tonight from the town center here in Nakuru, a town that was very close to the heart of the late retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. And Kenyans here, it is a somber mood for Kenyans here in this town, as well as the Kenyans across the country, counting just hours. We're counting just hours to the final rites to the late president. In less than 24 hours, the Kenyans and people of this country and the neighboring counties, and of course the entire country, will be bidding farewell to a man that has been described as the ultimate African statesman, a naturally gifted political genius, father of a nation, and a gentleman par excellence. I am in Nakuru town, a few kilometers, 16 kilometers from Kabarak, Sharon, where you went to school. And I'm just from there. Preparations are in top gear. It is all systems go. It has been like that for since yesterday. People have been ready. The venue and the people of Kabarak have been ready to receive the body of the late President Daniel Arap Moi since yesterday. But it is a big, momentous event that we are expecting tomorrow. Remember, the body will be flown, will be coming very early in the morning, we understand, from Lee Funeral Home in the city center, Nairobi, making its way to Wilson Airport, where it will be flown to Kabarak Airstrip, where it will make its way to the Kabarak University grounds. That is where the funeral service is said to be held before the body again. The procession goes to Mzee Moi's home, where he'll be laid to rest beside the grave of his late wife, Lena Moi. We understand he identified that final resting place back in 2004 during the burial of his wife, Lena Moi. Now, President Moi's state funeral, it is something that not many Kenyans have seen. This is the 6th state funeral to be seen in this country, but only the second that has been given with full military honors, the first one being that of the founding father, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, back in 1978. We have also seen in this country state funerals for the late former Vice President Kijana Wamalwa, Nobel Peace Laureate Wangari Maathai, the former governor of the county of Nyeri, Gakuru Wahome, as well as former First Lady Lucy Kibaki. Those were state funerals, but not with full military honors. What we are set to see tomorrow is something that Kenyans last saw back in 1978. We are set to see a full military state funeral, full with the 19-gun salute, renditions from the military as well as religious groups. So that is what we're expecting. I'm just from Kabarak with the KTN News team here, and we have been preparing. It has been a long day trying to set the best coverage for Kenyans, doing this in the way only we here on KTN News can. My team is here with me. I have with me here, remember Sharon, as editor and senior anchor Ali Manzu, senior political reporters Duncan Haimba, Patrick Amimo, and Chris Dairo, as well as news reporters Alan Ochanda, Joan Letting, and Elvis Kosgei. We shall be beaming this live in the way only we can here. And in our preparations, we were able to get some exclusive pictures of preparations in Kabarak, at the Kabarak Airstrip, where the body will be received at around 7:30 in the morning. We understand Duncan Haimba had some exclusive pictures for us. Take a look.
From Kabarak, we can confirm that it is all systems go. Everything that needed to be planned has been planned and confirmed as of this evening in readiness for tomorrow's historic send-off of retired President, the late Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. On my left at the control tower, the fire and rescue service from the Kenya Airports Authority is already on the ground. Of course, engineers at the control tower from the Kenya Civil Aviation Authorities have been here since yesterday, today, just to ensure that everything is up to the point. And from where I'm standing, of course, in front of me is the flight path that when planes are touching down, they'll come from the direction I'm facing and then go to that extra length, and then before the plane makes its way back for the passengers to disembark. And as you can see, the military has already secured the runway or the airside, just to ensure that no any other persons that are unwanted get access or gain access to the airstrip. This has been the position since Monday, Tuesday, and tomorrow will be like that. We are not so sure the number of planes that are expected here, but of course we can confirm that one that will be flying in the body of the late retired President Daniel Moi is among those few ones, plus one that will be carrying family members and President Uhuru Kenyatta. The other grounds surrounding the venue at the Kabarak University grounds, I think that is where choppers will be landing, but this one will be restricted to fixed air wings alone. And we've been to the home, we've seen the preparations, the final resting place. The military is already there making their rehearsals, making sure that tomorrow when the hour comes, everything goes on as planned. And of course, the showstopper or the final respect or the final salute that the military will be according the fallen Commander-in-Chief retired will be the 19-gun salute. We've also gone to the location, the specific place where they will be firing the 19-gun salutes as the final honors to their fallen Commander-in-Chief retired. Therefore, we'll be giving you blow-by-blow account on everything that will be unfolding here. Remember that from the Kabarak airstrip, approximately 3 kilometers on my right is where the service will be held. And of course, finally, on the left after the service, where that is the home of retired President Daniel Moi, where he'll be finally laid to rest. And we've been there, of course, we've confirmed it will be next to the grave of his wife, Mama Lena Moi. And therefore, everything is according to script. From Kabarak airstrip, my name is Duncan Haemba.
Duncan Haemba earlier with exclusive pictures there from Kabarak airstrip, where the body will be received by the family and other invited guests right from Wilson Airport, which will be taken from Lee Funeral Home in the morning. Kenyans will be saying farewell to the late president tomorrow. And we understand that from the organizers who are the military, that if you want to get into the Kabarak grounds where some 30,000 guests are expected, you have to wake up really early to be able to make your way there. My crew has a call time here of 3 a.m. We want to be there very early. And some of the people that have been trying to make their way into this place include a man who cycled all the way from the county of Kakamega to Kabarak to be able to witness the final salute to the late retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. That is Nathan Ambuti, 76-year-old. Now, the man, of course, came and found a very heavy presence of the military who have taken over the planning of this. Remember, they are saying goodbye to their commander-in-chief. And of course, he ran into some problems, but he was able to make his way there and even sign the condolence book for the late president. That is Nathan Ambut. We shall be trying to get that story for you. But Sharon, it is all systems go, to use that cliche here. We are counting just hours. In less than 24 hours, Kenyans, Nakuru, Baringo, the entire continent will be saying goodbye to the late President, retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi. We're here to give you a blow-by-blow account, a very detailed coverage in the various locations from here in Nakuru town, the Afra Stadium, where Nakuru residents will be following proceedings all the way to various locations in Baringo, around Kabarak rather, all the way to Sacho, the home of the late retired president, and Kabarnet. We have teams all there to be able to make sure you miss nothing. Sharon.
Right, Ben, and are you in a position to let us in on what the program looks like tomorrow and what would be the outstanding differences between that and the memorial service today, apart from the actual burial ceremony? What can Kenyans expect from that program tomorrow?
Kenyans can expect that it will be a very straightforward, you can say brief, compared to the memorial service at the Nyayo National Stadium today. It is a military-run state funeral for a former president of the Republic of Kenya, and nothing will be left to chance. We understand from the organizers, they have ensured Kenyans that it will be very, it will be up to point, Sharon, if I can say that, in terms of making its way from Lee Funeral at the exact time that it is planned for that, to the Wilson Airport, for the processes that are there to be, to the time it will take from Wilson Airport to Kabarak Airstrip, and the cortege, the procession making its way to Kabarak grounds, to the service. The speeches, we are told, are going to be very brief. We are told that it will be run up to the minute. Nothing is expected to be late. And finally, of course, we shall be seeing very few guests, very private affair at the home of Mzee Moi, only family only, as well as very few VIPs at the final resting place, where the final rites will be said for the late president. So, Sharon, what we can say is that it will be a fully military affair. Like the one that was seen back in 1978 for the founding father Mzee Jomo Kenyatta. It will be very, time will be kept. That's what we are told by the military. It is the military, remember, Sharon, who are saying goodbye to their commander-in-chief.
Right. Many thanks, Ben Kitili, speaking to us live from Nakuru town. And it is in that county, in Kabarak grounds tomorrow, where the late former President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi will be laid to rest. And Ben Kitili tells us that it will be a fully military affair, as has been highlighted before, and that it will be very tight and a family-only affair. Remember, KTN News also has brought you very exclusive pictures of the preparations ahead of that ceremony tomorrow, and Ben and his strong team there will be bringing us bit-to-bit coverage.